Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to channel Y.O.B. Today, I'm doing a reaction for this video. The Star Wars Theatrical Edition is coming to theaters. I believe this is the first Star Wars, the original way it was presented in theaters back in like the late 70s. This is actually really cool because I've never seen the original theatrical edition. I don't think anybody has since those films came out way back then. Since the film came out way back then, I'm hoping that they release the original edition of each film. Honestly, I think that would be great. But I'm really excited. I just got this video that goes in more depth about it, and I thought it'd be interesting we watch it together. So, without further ado, let's get into it. I am getting over a flu or cold, so and it's pretty much over. I feel a lot better now. So, all right. And shout out to Star Wars Explained, the channel Star Wars Explained. I got this video from Star Wars Explained. If you want to see this video for yourself, go on the channel and look it up. I'll leave a link in the description as well. Okay. All right. 3, 2, 1.
It's finally happening. This is a huge day for Star Wars fans. Earlier today on StarWars.com, they put out a post that said, on February 19th, 2027, we'll celebrate the 50th anniversary of Star Wars with a re-release of the 1977 original back for a limited time in theaters everywhere. Part of Lucasfilm's year-long 50th anniversary celebration, a newly restored version of the classic Star Wars theatrical release will play in theaters for a limited time. I am incredibly excited by this because the theatrical edition is what made me fall in love with Star Wars. I was introduced to Star Wars in the mid-90s before 1997 in the special editions. I also don't have anything against them. I was really excited to go see them on the big screen. That's the only way I've seen Star Wars on the big screen is the special editions because they were just never out when I was young and getting into Star Wars, but I still really enjoyed them. At the time, I didn't mind some of the changes like I do now. I do have problems with the Han Greedo shootout. I prefer Darth Vader's silent contemplation.
Yeah, yes, thank you. Thank you. I love the version of Darth Vader's silent contemplation of his turning to the light side of the Force. Because you don't need him to say no. It's so stupid. George Lucas, oh my God. I saw Return of the Jedi re-release in theater, I think like 2 years ago. And I hated that part where he says no. I'm like, why did you put that in there? It's so much better when he was silent. When he was just, you don't need him to say no. You can feel him, what he's saying and what he's thinking. This is what makes it seem so much more epic and it makes him look stronger. When he's getting electrocuted, he's just silent. He's not saying one word. It makes it look more stronger. That he's really sacrificed himself and he's really emotional about it. That's what made the original version when he's silent always makes me cry. My emotions, that whole vibe and atmosphere and the emotional hook you got me in is cut when he says no. And I'm just like, why did you ruin it? And I'm just like, I really hope they re-release Return of the Jedi, the theater version from back then, back in theaters. I really hope they do that. I would love to see all of the original version of Star Wars in theaters. That I don't want to see the special edition. That shit is garbage. All his special editions, his additions to Star Wars has been stupid. There's no addition to Star Wars that he's done that made it better. It just made it worse. Let's continue.
And decision to turn on the Emperor instead of screaming no. There are definitely things in the special editions that I wish could just go back to the way they were. But all that to say, I don't have some undying loyalty to the theatrical editions. I am basically used to the special editions at this point. I have seen them far more than I've seen the theatrical editions. But at this point, it's more the principle of the matter. Generations of fans fell in love with that version of the movie, and they wanted to see that version again. Yes, I know about the despecialized editions that you can get online, but I have always wanted just an official way to go back and watch the theatrical editions of the original trilogy. What's made this even more frustrating over the years is that other movies seem to do this just fine. If you look at Blade Runner, Ridley Scott made so many cuts of that movie, but then when he put it out on DVD or Blu-ray, he would just include every edition so fans could watch whichever version of the movie they preferred. Steven Spielberg did similar things with E.T. and Close Encounters of the Third Kind. It can be done. You can put out these multiple releases. So I know that the special editions are George Lucas's preferred version of the movie, but not every fan agrees with that.
Yeah,
some fans want to go back and
yeah.
watch the version that they saw when they were young and sitting in the theater in 1977. I am one of those people. I have always wanted that to be an option. And
I don't like George Lucas's edition. It sucks.
Honestly, I do think when I am seated in the theater on February 19th, 2027, there are going to be some things in the theatrical version that are going to jump out at me, and I'll be like, oh, I kind of prefer the special edition now. I mean, a lot of the effects, like the X-Wings and Y-Wings taking off from Yavin, they were just kind of like these little bright lights, and it looks much better in the special edition. But I also think it's worthwhile to be able to go back and see movies as like a time capsule from that era when they were made. And at the time, Star Wars was cutting edge. It was pushing the boundaries of what could be done, even though, obviously we can do more now today. Yes, the actual ships are going to look better than those dots of light, but that's what came out back then. That's what I saw in the 90s, and it did not diminish my love for the movie one bit. I think it's cool to be able to see the ships as they're meant to be seen now in the special editions, but I also do think that we should be able to celebrate what Star Wars was when it came out. Like I said, I'm not like a special edition hater or anything. I think both editions are going to have some pros and some cons. To me, it's more about just having that option as a fan. Depending on what mood I'm in, I can watch the theatrical or the special editions. And I do think I'm getting ahead of myself a little bit. All that's been announced is a limited theatrical run, but my hope is that if they're putting all this work in, that it will also lead to a special 50th anniversary edition physical release. That includes both the special edition and the theatrical release. And of course, I hope that that will extend out into The Empire Strikes Back and Return of the Jedi. I want to have that option to watch both versions of...
I totally agree. I really hope to do Empire Strikes Back and Return of the Jedi. That'd be great.
All three movies whenever I feel like it. But for now, I should dial things back and just focus on the fact that we are getting a restored version of the original theatrical run, and we're going to be able to see it on the big screen. Like I said, I have never seen the theatrical edition of Star Wars in a theater. My first time seeing Star Wars on the big screen was for the 1997 special edition releases. Like I said, I still loved it. I was only 10 years old. I thought it was rad. I loved all the new effects and didn't really think twice about the Greedo Han shootout and that whole debate. Now, yes, I want Han to be the only person to shoot, and we can get rid of McClunky. But no matter what, even if this is just for one single day where we all get to experience...
And I'll speak for Harrison Ford when they say, because he says, I don't care. When they're like, who shot first? Yeah, okay, I love Harrison Ford, but I really wish he would stop that when he was telling Star Wars. Like, he just kind of dismisses it. It's like, it always kind of annoyed me. Like, we get it. You know, it's like, dude, you're like one of everybody's favorite character on it. It's like, it's just kind of like, it's kind of cringy and annoying. It's like, you don't, if you don't like it, you don't have to like it. But professionally, you don't have to keep saying you don't like it. You know, it's like, you get paid, aren't you? So it's like, but yeah. No, Han shot first, as far as I remember, and it makes it cooler because it's an outlaw, it's like a Wild Western, and it's like, of course he shot first. He basically was trying to talk his way out of having to kill him, but you could tell through the the dialogue that it was only going to go one way, which is a shootout. And that's why, and he had a draw on him already. He had a gun aimed at him. Greedo already had a gun aimed at him already. You know, he didn't shoot an unarmed person. He had a draw on him. So it's like he had to take the chance while he had it. He had to basically just, he had to take the shot while he had it, the opportunity. You know, so that's why I'm like, and it makes it better. It's just, it makes sense. When he shot him, I don't know why they had changed. Oh, you can't, he's a killer if he does that. It's like, no, he was at gunpoint. What the fuck? No. So you're gonna instead put some stupid CGI scene where he's like leaning to the side, like, it looks like, it doesn't even look natural. It looks like weird. It's like, it's like a little body, like twisted like so, like a Play-Doh. Like that doesn't look like a human body. That's bizarre. Like what the fuck? Just to have this narrative that is not necessary. I didn't think Han was evil for shooting him. I didn't think he's a bad guy for doing that. I would have done the same damn thing, to be honest. You have me at gunpoint and you're threatening my life. I'm sorry. I'm going to have to take the shot when I got a chance. You're threatening my life, literally? What the hell? So, but yeah.
The theatrical run on the big screen together as fans. I'm very psyched for this. I'm very excited to have that experience. And I am curious what else Lucasfilm has in store for a year-long 50th anniversary. Obviously, we're going to have a Star Wars celebration. We're going to have Starfighter come out. I'm sure they're going to have a lot more planned. And I'm glad that they have already talked to...
Starfighter looks good, too. There's Ryan Gosling in it. I love Ryan Gosling. He's a great actor. And I heard that Bob Iger is pretty much, I think, pushing to have Star Wars become more masculine oriented, like more back to tradition, back to it being a male driven IP, which I totally agree. Like some things are just be for guys. It's about Star Wars. It's really a dude thing kind of, and it should be really directed for like boys. Or talk about fathers and sons. It should be some sort. It should just be like Barbie is clearly for girls. And it's about mothers and daughters. There should be a story about boys and fathers, and and men and coming of age. Turning from a boy into a man. It's just like I don't understand why this modern industry is just like cinema, modern film industry is like so hell bent on that feminism message. It's just like, okay, Star Wars had great, strong female characters. We don't need to triple down on it. It just gets like monotonously annoying. But
this will be a year-long celebration, but February is at the start of the year, so there's 10 more months worth of celebrating. And maybe in May, on the actual 50th anniversary of A New Hope, they could have a physical release ready to go. But those are my thoughts. I'm already excited. I can't wait to see it on the big screen. I will be seated. Obviously, that's not a surprise to anyone. But what are your thoughts about this news? Are you as excited as I am? Let me know in the comments. If you haven't already, please like this video, subscribe to the channel, follow us on our socials, and consider checking out our Patreon page. As always, thanks for watching, and may the Force be with you.
Well, thank you, man. And everybody, Star Wars Explained. I agree with that. That's. I'm really excited to see what they do. I just kind of want the original Star Wars feelings to come back. I don't really like what they did with Disney Star Wars under what's her name, Kathleen Kennedy. I think she just dropped the ball entirely, and almost just like incompetently. Like, what are you even trying to accomplish? Like, you're like almost like intentionally destroying the IP. But that's about it. Thank you guys for joining me today. And let me know what you guys think in the comments below. If you're excited for us, if you're, or if you just don't have hope in Star Wars anymore. But yeah, let me know. As always, may the force be with you. Peace and out.